Hi everyone, so today we're doing the 1.4 periodic algebra quiz. It's really long, to be honest. It's like only 18 questions, but each question has a lot of parts. And there is a few questions in this periodic that personally I think they really need a calculator, even though the periodic it says no calculators allowed. So when we pass by a question where it needs a calculator, I'm gonna tell you, but it's most likely not gonna come, or if it's gonna come with really easy numbers that we could do without a calculator. So let's start solving now. Okay, so let's start. So these are really easy now. For the first question, it's telling you f of negative 12 equals, so what's f? This is f. F is 3 minus x. So 3 minus whatever this number is, negative 12, which is the same as 3 plus 12, which equals to 15. That's how we get part A. Now let me make the screen a bit smaller so I could fit more questions at the same time. We don't need this part? Okay. Part B. 2fx equals negative g of x. So what you do here is you do 2 brackets f of x, which is 3 minus x, equals negative, because it's negative c, g of x. So negative 3x plus 1. Right? Yeah. Now we solve. So 2 times 3 is 6, minus, you distribute the 2 into this. So 2 times negative x, which is negative minus 2x, equals, now you distribute the negative also. So equals negative 3x minus 1. Now we move to the other side. The 1, it becomes 7 on this side, because 6 plus 1, or let me write it down, 6 plus 1 equals negative 3x plus 2x. 7 equals negative x, so x equals negative 7. And that's how you get part B. Let's go on to the next part. Now we have part C. G of f of 8. What this means is just substitute, you're gonna draw 2 brackets around this. You're gonna substitute f in 8, then you substitute whatever value you get from this into g. Let me show you what I mean. So you'll do 3 minus 8. You're gonna get negative 5, right? You take this negative 5 and you put it in this equation. So 3 times negative 5 plus 1. So negative 15 plus 1 equals negative 14, which is your answer. And that's it. Now let's go to the next part. Here it's telling us they want h of negative 1. Again, it's the same as the last one. Don't let the two letters confuse you. H of h means you're gonna take this, you're gonna find what's h of negative 1, then you're gonna put that number again in the same equation. So 2 into negative 1 squared plus 1. Negative 1 squared is the same as 1, and the 1 times 2 is the same as 2. 2 plus 1 is 2 plus 1 equals 3. Now we erase our old equation and we get only our answers, we keep it, and you substitute again. 2 times 3 squared plus 1. 3 squared is 9 times 2 plus 1. Now 2 times 9 is 18. Add that to 1 is equal to 19. And that's your answer for this part. These questions, the start questions, are really simple. Now we have part E. G negative 155. Now you might see other people solving it in a different way. Personally, this way that I'm gonna use now is the easiest. If it's G negative 1, so the inverse of G. Here it might not show, but G is 3x plus 1, okay? If you have a number, if they do not put x and they give you a number, do this immediately, don't think about it. 3x plus 1 equals 55. That's it. Then you're gonna move the 1 to the other side, so 3x equals 54. Then you're gonna simplify it, x equals 18. See, it was really fast. You don't need to do much for it. The box is annoying, but sure. That's it. So now for our last part, which is probably our longest, HGFX. So I'm gonna sit here and solve it. So they want, wait, HGF? Yeah, HGF of x. So the question was HGF of x. Now, it isn't hard, you just need to focus. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find f of x first, then you put it into g. You simplify it, and then you put that into h. I'm gonna start solving so you can see what I mean. So you see f of x, this value you're gonna put in the x here. So 3 into 3 minus x, which is this. Yeah, then plus 1. And this is this part of the question. This is it. Now you have to make it like into a fraction, or like not a fraction, sorry, my bad. Distribute it. So 9 minus 3x plus 1. 9 plus 1, we could just put it as 10 minus 3x. Now that we have our g of f of x, now we need to put this value in the x here. So it's gonna be 2 into 10 minus 3x, or personally, keep the x first always, negative 3x plus 10 squared plus 1. You're gonna see why I put the 3x first. Now, what does this look like? It looks like a plus b squared. So we're gonna do it as if. So we know that a plus b squared equals a squared. Oh wait, I can't move the calculator thing. Plus 2ab plus b squared. That's what it means. So let's do it. So negative 3x, which is negative 3x squared, plus 2, a is negative 3x, b, which is 10, plus 10 squared, which is 100. I can't fit it here, so I'm just gonna do plus 100 down here and fit it into the next line. So negative 3x squared is 9x squared plus 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 times 10 is negative 60. So I'm gonna change this plus to negative 60 x, because you can't forget the x, plus 100. Now you have all of this times 2, adding 1. So I'm gonna move up here somewhere to solve. You're gonna take this and I'm gonna rewrite it up there. So it's 2 into 9x squared minus 60x plus 100 plus 1. So now you multiply the 2 by every value in here. So you're gonna be left with 18x squared minus 120x plus 200 plus 1, which 200 plus 1 we both know is 201. So this is your final answer, and that's it. So again, what we did, you solve gf of x first. When you get gf of x, you're gonna put that value into h. That's it. It's really long, but it's fine. We're not gonna have a lot of these questions because we only have 40 minutes to solve the exam. So in case the answer isn't clear, I'm just gonna write it in red. So that's your answer. Let's see. 18 minus 120 plus 201. That's it. Moving on. Another one of these questions. They're really long, that's why I don't like them, but it's fine. Let's solve the first 4 parts. G of -5 means you put -5 in every time you see an x in G. So this is G. So 4 times -5 squared. -5 squared is 25. 25 times 4 equals 100. That's how you get the first part. F of x equals 25. So you're gonna take your f of x, this value, equal it to 25. So 2x, no, wrong place. 2x plus 3 equals 25, which is the same as 2x equals 22, which means x is equal to 11. That's it. F h of 3. So again, what do? You're gonna replace 3 in h, and then when you find your answer, you're gonna put that instead of x in f. So h of 3 of h, or well, replacing the x in h by 3. So it will be 2 to the power of 3 equals 8. So this is your answer. Now you put it in f. So 2 times 8 plus 3 equals 16 plus 3. 16 plus 3 equals 19. That is it. It's really easy. Now here, gf of 2 plus f of 2 minus 1 is, again, not that hard. We just need to solve. I'm gonna remove these 3 parts considering they're easy and I need more space. Okay. So gf of 2. So you're gonna solve this first and then replace it in g. So now you're gonna do 2, this value, sorry, not this one, this value, 2 plus 3 equals 4 plus 3, 7. Now we're gonna take it and put it into g, which is 4x squared. So now 7, so 4 into 7 squared, and it's gonna be 4 times 49, because 7 squared is 49, so 49 and 4. Now in the exam, you'd have to multiply them by hand, unfortunately. Now I'm not gonna make the video really long, so I won't be doing that. 49 times 4 is equal 196. So we found our first half to be 196. Now we need to find f of 2, which technically we already found it. This is f of 2, the same thing. So plus 7 minus 1. 196 plus 7 minus 1 is 202. That's it for this part. Now they want k negative 1 assigned to 13. Okay, what that means is you need to do... Wait, let me fix my screen. So now, let's see. They want k minus 1 assigned to 13. So you take k, which is x, 4 plus 3. When it says assigned to 13, means equals 13. Same thing. So what you have to do now is, we do what's normal. We keep x alone. Equals 13 minus 3, which is 10. We want x to be as x. We don't want it to be x to the power of 4. So we're going to do x equals 10. And then you put it in a radical sign. And whatever number is here, put it here. And this is going to be positive negative x. Or well, positive negative radical. So let me write it in neater. That's it. So you're just going to put a radical sign, and whatever number is here, you put it there, and you keep x alone. See? Let's see. Positive negative 4 of 10. That's it. Now let's move on. Another long question. Because you know we love the long questions. Now let's solve. For this, again, you do f and you put 10 into it. So 2 times 10 plus 1, 20 plus 1 equals 21. Now again, you're gonna take your 21 and you're gonna put it in your equation again. So 2 times 21 plus 1. 2 times 21 is 42. 42 plus 1 is 43. That's it. Now g 3x plus 1. So this is your g. So you do 3x plus 1 squared plus 3. This again looks like a plus b squared, which equals to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. I need to remove the calculator before I forget, but later I'll do that. So yeah, so you have 9x squared plus 2 into 3 times 1, so 2 times 3x, which is 6x, plus 1 squared, which is 1, plus 3. So 9x squared plus 6x on 1 plus 3 is 4. And that's it for this part. Now f minus, there's still f negative 1 of 57. So again, when I told you you have inverse, which means f minus 1, and you have a number, you're going to take f, which is 2x, plus 1 equals 57. That's it. Easy. So 2x equals 56, x equals 28. And that's it. Now let's move on to the next part. They want f of x equals 17. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this. So 2x plus 1 equals 17. That's what they want. So 2x equals 16, x equals 8. And see, it's correct. To 3 significant figures. This is the one I was telling you about. These two are the ones that I told you about that cannot be done without a calculator, to be honest. So to 3 significant figures, h 0.8. So they want you to do 3 to the power of 0.8. Personally, I do it in a calculator, so 0.8. And when you do it in a calculator, you're gonna get the answer to be 2.40822, etc. They want to 3 significant figures, so these 3 numbers, but this one you have to round it up, since the one before it is 8, so the one after it, 2.41. That's gonna be your answer. Now, that's like, I don't know how they want us, or they expect us to solve this without a calculator. So I'm gonna assume they're not gonna bring questions like this, and they're not gonna bring decimal points as your power. I hope not. Because if they do, then personally, I just use a calculator. Get one in case, and use it unless they tell you no calculators allowed. Well, usually us, they get delayed. They tell us like what us usually happens to us. We get our calculators with us. We use it for the first 5 minutes of the exam. Then they remember to tell us no calculators allowed and put your calculators away. So we'd have like 5 minutes of calculator time. So if you have anything like that, personally, I just get a calculator and solve with it until they tell us not to. But yeah, anyways, let's move on to the next part. Okay, they want h of x equals 2187. So they want you to do this equals 2187. Now, what my teacher would usually tell us, she tell us guess. But even guessing, you'd need a calculator for it. So just, here's what you're gonna do in the exam. Ln function, this is a function on your calculator, ln, this number, whatever is after the equal sign, 2187, over ln, whatever this number is. This, just do this in your exam. You don't need to know why. Don't ask like why or why. Just do this. You're always gonna get a number which is gonna be your x. So x equals ln big number over ln base, and it's gonna give you your answer, which in this case is 7. Now let's move on. Guys, like the first 7 questions are all like this, so like bear with me. They took me like I think 50 minutes to finish this entire quiz, which is crazy, but still. So here they're asking us fh of 2. So we just put 2, we put h of 2, or we put 2 into h, and then we put it in f. This is h, so 3 to the power of 2 equals 8. Now we get this 8 and we put it into f. So 5 times 8 minus 1, 40. Wait, no, there's something wrong. This fh of 2, this is h. 8. No, sorry, 3 times 2 is 9. See, there's my mistake. So 9, this is gonna be 45 minus 1 equals 44. And that's your answer, 44. Now, we're gonna do gf of 1 over 5. So you're gonna put 1 over 5 into this. So 5 times 1 over 5 minus 1. 5 times 1 over 5 is the same as 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Now what you do is 3, or this is g, so you take g. 3 over 1 minus 0. You're gonna get 3 over 1, which equals 3. That's it. Now let's move on. G negative 1 of 7 equals, so you take your g, so 3 over 1 minus x equals to 7. Now you're gonna cross multiply. So 7 times 1 over 1 minus x equals 3. So 7 minus 7x equals 3. So 7x equals 4. X equals 4 over 7. Let's see the answer. 4 over 7. Now guys, this, you don't even need to look at the question. This is a note our teacher gave us. When you see h or whatever negative 1 and then that thing again and their inverses, whatever value is here is your answer. Whatever value. If here is 52, here is 52. If here is x, your answer is x. If here is 39, this is 39. Okay? Whenever you see this, whatever is inside this brackets, this, whatever this is your answer. So I'm not gonna look at the question for it. Okay, so f of x plus g of x. They want us to do 5x minus 1 plus 3 over 1 minus x. Now what we know is when you want to add with fractions, you have to have equal denominators. So to make them equal denominators, you have to multiply all of this by this denominator. So you're gonna have 1 minus x over 1 minus x. And we're gonna multiply this or expand it. 1, you're gonna do these two, and then you're gonna do these two. Okay? So let's start. 5x minus 1, that's your 1, minus 5x squared plus x plus the 3 from here all over 1 minus x. Now we're gonna simplify like terms. So we're gonna underline anything with an x in it, and we're gonna underline anything with a number. Here I can use different colors. In the exam, just double underline or put 2 lines under it or whatever for the exam. So 5x plus x, so you're gonna be left with negative 5x squared. Now plus 6x plus 2 over 1 minus x. Let's see our answer. So we have 5, 6, and 2 over 1. 5, 6, and 2 over 1 minus x. It's the same answer. Now, moving on. Again, same thing I told you. F negative 1f, you take whatever's in here, that's your answer. Now f of 2, so what you do is you take this 4, you substitute 2 in it first, so it's gonna equal to 15, and then now you take the 15, which is your new number, and you substitute it into this 4 times 15 plus 7. Like I said, in the exam you'd probably have to multiply it by hand. I personally do not want to do that now, so I'm gonna do it on my calculator, equals 67. That's your answer. Now for this part, g of 1 over 10, which means that whenever you see an x here, substitute it with 1 over 10. So 1 over 10 minus 9 over 5 times 1 over 10. Yeah, that's what you have to do. Here, to do this part, you have to make them like denominators. So 1 minus 10 minus 90 over 10. What did I do? Why am I writing t? 10. All of this over 5 times 1 over 10. 5 times 1 over 10 is the same as 5 over 10, which is half, as we know. So 5 over 10 is half, so half. Now let's solve this part. So 1 minus 90 is 89 over 10, right? 89 over 10, divide by half. We know when dividing by fractions, we keep the first fraction, so 89 over 10. We flip the division into multiplication, and you flip, so you change division into multiplication, and you flip this one, so it becomes 2 instead of half. And 10 and 2 will become 1 and 5, so 89 over 5 is your final answer. Let us see the answer. 89 over 5, wait, negative 89. Why is it negative? Yeah, sorry guys, because it's, see, because it's, we said it's 1 over 10 minus 90 over 10. 1 minus 90 is negative 89. Sorry guys, I let that slip my mind. It's fine though. Now for the root of gx equals 110. This is just fancy way of saying put this all equals 1 over 10. So x minus 9 over 5x equals 1 over 10. Now we cross multiply, it will be 10x minus 90 equals 5x. So 2x equals 90, x equals 45, I'm assuming. Let's see the answer. What? Wait, I did something wrong, did I? Nope. No, I did something wrong. Let me see where's my mistake. G of x. Guys, I'm gonna pause and see my mistake. Never mind, I didn't make a mistake in solving, I just made the mistake in my calculations. 5x equals 90, meaning x equals 18. I don't know how the hell I got 45. So 90 minus 90 divided by 5 is 18, not 45. I have actually no idea how I got that. So yeah, this is the answer. Now, next question. Question 6. So let's see. Same thing. Root just means do f 4x minus 5 equals this 2 minus 3x. So we're gonna move this here and that there. So 4x plus 3x equals 2 plus 5. 7x equals 7x equals 1. That's it. Now next part, which is f negative 1 of 19. So you just do 4x minus 5 equals 19. 4x equals 24, x equals 6. That's it. Now let's solve this one. G f of 3 minus f g of 3. So you're gonna put 3 into this first, then you're gonna substitute whatever value you get here. So it's gonna be first 4 into 3 plus minus 5 equals 7. You take this 7, you put it in here, which is 1 plus 7 squared equal 50. So now we know our first value. This here is 50. Now we need to find this, f of g. So first, now this time we put this one first. So 1 plus 3 squared, which equals to 10. Now you put the 10 in this equation. So 4 times 10 minus 5, which is 35. So now we have this as 35. So 50 minus 35 equals, I don't want to make any more miscalculations, so let me just, yeah, so it's equal to 15. That's how you solve it. That's it. Now fg of 5. So g of 5, so this one, so which is 1 plus 5 squared equals 26. We take this 26, we substitute it here. 4 into 26 minus 5. 4 times 26 is 104. Minus 5 is 99. And that's it for this part. Let's see the next. Okay. Again, I have no idea how they expect us to solve this mentally or on a paper. They want this to be to 3.5, which means that you have to do 3.5 to the power of 2 times 3.5. How the school expects us to do this mentally, I have no idea. But so if this comes, complain immediately. Just tell the person sitting in your exam hall, this cannot be solved without a calculator. They might feel bad and let you use one. You never know. So 3.5 to the power of 2 times 3.5, aka 7, is equal to 6,433.9296. And I'm gonna stop there. Well, it's 8. It's equal to this. So they wanted to four significant figures, so we take this and we look at this number. If it's over 5, yes it is. So your answer is 6434. That's your answer. So yeah, that's it. Now, moving on. This is the last question with like a million parts, so don't worry guys. So the roots of fx, so they want this equal to 0. So x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. We know we can rewrite this as x minus 3 into x plus 4 equals 0. And then we're gonna get x could either be 3 or x could be negative 4, whichever makes this 0. 3 or negative 4. Okay, now g negative 1 of 41. So which means 3x minus 1 equals 41. So 3x equals 42. X equals 14. That's how you get this one. Now, moving on, next part. G of f negative 2. So first we put the negative 2 here. So negative 2 squared plus, or well, technically minus 2 minus 12, which is 4 minus 2 minus 12, which is negative 10. Then this, you put it in here. So negative 30 minus 1, which is equal to negative 31. Let's see. Negative 31. Fg of x. So they want us to put this every time you see an x here. So 3x minus 1 squared plus 3x minus 1 minus 12. This is the same as a minus b squared, which equals to a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. So 9x squared minus 6x plus 1 minus plus 3x minus 1 minus 12. 9x squared stays the same always because there's nothing else with a squared. Now we put negative 6x and plus 3x, we combine them. You're gonna get minus 3x, and then plus 1, negative 1, they'll cancel out. You're gonna be left with minus 12. So 9, 3, and 12 should be the three numbers you're putting. 9, 3, and 12. Part E, k negative 1 of 5. So they want all of this equal 5. So again, cross multiply. So 5x minus 5 equals 4x plus 1. Guys, if you ever see me solving fast, it's just because I did like a million of these questions, so you should get the hang of them by now, and I don't want to waste a lot of time on them. So anyways, 5x minus 4x is x equals 6. That's it. Let's see. X equals 6. Now they want kg of x. Now I need to show g. Yeah. Kg of x. So they want this every time you see an x here. So 4 into 3x minus 1 plus 1 over 3x minus 1 minus 1. So distribute this. You should get 12x minus 4 plus 1, aka 12x minus 3 over 3x minus 2. Let's see the answer. They want only this box, which we found to be 3. Now, next question. Negative 5x plus 2 over this. They want f minus 1. Now, whenever you do not see a number here and you only see x here, this is what you do. Every time you see an x, replace it with y. Negative 5y plus 2 over 3y minus 1 equals x. What you do then is you cross multiply. So you're going to be left with 3xy minus x equals negative 5y plus 2. Now, whenever whatever value has a y in it, put it on one side and everything else on the other. So you're going to be left with 3xy plus 5y equals 2 plus x. Okay? Now, what can you see here? You have two y's. In both of them, you have a y, so you can factor it out. So y into 3x plus 5 equals 2 plus x, right? Now we want the y to be alone. So y equals, we have to divide by 3x plus 5 on both sides. So these two will cancel out. You're going to be left with y equals 2 plus x over 3x plus 5. And that's it. X plus 2, or well, 2 plus x, same, over 3x plus 5. That's it. Now let's continue. Now you have question 9. For question 9, let's start solving. F this, and then they told you that f minus 1 equals this. So what this means is just put this equal to this. 3x minus 4 equals 116. 3x equals 120. X equals 40. See? That's it. I hate how long this quiz takes. They want us to solve for s negative 1. Practically, like after you read all the options, you realize they're all talking about s negative 1, the inverse. So like I told you, you replace it with y squared every time you see an x equals x, and then you move anything that's not a y on one side, so y squared equals x plus 5. You're gonna be left with y, and now you want to get rid of the squared and you want it only y, so y equals radical x plus 5. The radical is positive negative, of course. So see, s negative 1 of x, which is the same as y, equals positive negative x plus 5. That's it. Now, since it's positive negative, impossible for it to be a 1-to-1 or many-to-1 function. Because we know 1-to-1 means that if you put x as the positive number or the negative number, you're gonna get the same value. So let's say if you put 8 plus 5 radical sign, it's gonna be equal to negative 8 plus 5 under the radical sign. Oh, actually you can't use 8 here. Let me use a better example, 3. That these should be equal, which technically they're not, because radical 8 is not the same as radical 2. Okay, so it's not 1-to-1. And it's not many-to-1, because we know that if it's many-to-1, this should be radical 8 and this should be negative radical 8, which it's not. So it's neither of the above. So it's the rule for s negative 1 does not define a function, which can be predicted from the rule of s, as s is not 1-to-1 function. And that's it. Now, let's see. fx 2x plus 6. If fx equals 4, so they want you to do 2x plus 6 equal 4. So you square both sides. You'll be left with 2x plus 6 equals 16. 2x equals 10, x equals 5. Now this part here is to trick you and to waste your time. What did I tell you that when you see f negative 1 of a number, that it's the same as fx equals the number? Since they're both 4, you're both gonna get the same answer, because this is the same as 2x plus 6 equal 4, which is the same thing. So don't waste your time if you see this trick in the exam. They're the same answer. Okay, now for this question. They told you fx is 1-to-1 function. See? If the points f negative and f and 5 and negative 2 belong to f of x, then they want the same thing, but that belongs to f negative 1 of x. When it's 1-to-1, know this. This will be your x, this will be your y. So this will be your new x, this is your new y. Now usually they're x and y like this, but when you want the inverse, switch them. Negative 2, 5. That's it. Next question. Okay. What this means, over which interval is g invertible? So what does this mean? That means that you could put negative and positive of the number. So here, when you put negative 12 and when you put 12, you're most likely gonna get, well, you're not gonna get the same number, but you can put them both and you get a different number. Invertible. But when you put the number 14 or whatever makes this 0, you're not gonna get the same number, because you can't have it invertible. Why? Because 14 minus 14 is 2. 14 minus 14 is 0. 0 squared is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Is there positive and negative 0? No, there is not. So whenever your x is 14, your number is invertible, because your answer would be a 0. So for over which interval is it invertible? It's anything less than or equal to 14, or anything bigger than or equal to 14. Okay? That's it. Now, given f of x is this, the rule obtained when finding f negative 1 is, like I said, anytime you see an x, let's replace it with a y. 3y squared minus 4 equals x. You leave whatever is with not a y on the x's side. So 3y squared equals x plus 4. Now we want the y alone. So y squared equals x plus 4 over 3. Now we don't want the square, so we put y equals x plus x minus 4 over 3, or well, x plus 4 over 3, radical sign. And positive, negative, don't forget, plus, minus. That's it. That's it. Denote by g negative 1 of x, the inverse function of gx is 4x plus 2. Now, fill in the blanks to complete negative 1 of it. So, same thing. Anytime you see an x, replace it with a y. 4y plus 2 equals x. You want anything with an x on the same side. So, 4y equals x minus 2. Y equals x minus 2 over 4. That's it. That is it. Now, on to the next question. Okay, what happened there? My toolbar went. Okay, never mind. Took it back. Got it back. Yeah. So, fx minus 6. And they want for what value of f of x equal 12. So, they want this equal 12. Let me write it down here again. 5x minus 6 equals to 12. So they want you to square both sides. So 5x minus 6 equals 144. Now 5x equals 150. So you're gonna have x as equal to 30. That's it. Now, for this question, f of x equals 2x minus 8. For what does f1 assign to 20? So what you do here is you do 2x minus 8 equal 20. That's it. 2x equals 28, x equals 14. Now let's move on to the last question in this quiz. It's 2 parts. What does t assign to 18? So 4x minus 3 equals 18. Or no, sorry. It's 4 times 18 minus 3. Four times 18 is 72. Minus 3 is 69. Now, if they ask you, what does t assign to 18? And if you find it to be 69, t negative 1 of 69 is this value, is the 18. Because they're inverses. So if t of x, or if t of 18 equals 69, t negative 1 of 69 equals 18. See what I mean? Or you could solve it. You're never gonna get a wrong answer by solving. These are just tips and tricks to make you save time in the exam. But you could solve it, which is fx minus 3 equals 69. You're gonna get 4x equals 72. So x equals 18. And now that's it for this quiz. We finished it all. It's really simple, actually. It's just really long. Again, quick recap. When they put f of x and they tell you x is a number, whenever you see x, you put the value. But this isn't what I wanted. So f of negative 1, when you see a number here like 18, it means put f equals 18, or well, 18. And that when they tell you f negative 1 of and f of x, answer is whatever is in the brackets. Keep this in mind. And that f of x, f of a number, let's say 18, equaling to a number 20, f negative 1 of 20 is gonna be the 18. That f and f negative f are inverses. If they're inverses, their answers are also inverses. So 18 would be connected to 20 and 20 would be connected to 18. See what I mean? Like in this case here. And yeah, I think that's it for this quiz. Hope you understood everything. Please focus on the exam. Like I said, take a calculator with you in case they maybe allow you to use it. And have a nice day. Bye.